Hi, it's Alan from Spinnex Vitality. In today's lesson, called Dynamic Tension Seated Breathing Exercises, we are going to do the following. Hi there, it's Alan from Spinnex Vitality. In today's lesson, as we said, let me check the notes. I drilled down to that single one thing that defines who I am. And after all these years, from 1979, when I first formulated Spinnex Vitality Dynamic Tension Breathing Exercises, I've come to the one conclusion. The one thing that defines me, the one thing that defines you. There's only one thing. Everybody's known for one thing. Every major MMA competitor, mixed martial arts competitor, has one thing that separates them from everybody else. It could be an overhand right. It could be a heel hook. It could be a sweep. It doesn't matter. They're known for that one thing, and they always get it on their opponents. Professional athletes, professional basketball players. Dennis Rodman was a great rebounder. People go, oh man, he didn't score points. Rebounds count. He made a career in the NBA and a name as an unusual, dynamic basketball player who people loved because he did one thing better than anybody. He got rebounds. So here we go. Drill down. I drilled down and came up with that one thing. Dynamic tension seated breathing exercises with accoutrements. Just your hands. We're using bands, we're using a cane, we're using an umbrella, we're going to use a broomstick and a towel. It's unlimited. You can do it sitting, standing, jumping, running, while you're sitting on the bus. There are no limitations. I'm teaching and introducing the seated exercise because I had one total knee replacement so far. I'm due for a second total knee replacement. And during recovery, I'm not going to sit around going, oh, poor me, I got my knee done. Fuck you. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to say, fuck you. I'm going to conquer you. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to smash you, meaning myself. And I'm going to do something about it, take control, and be responsible for myself. No excuses. Sorry for the bad language. But in order to make a point, it's got to be, fuck you. You can't beat me. I win. You can knock me down. You can knock me out. I'm getting up again. I'm going to keep getting up until you're more tired of knocking me down than I'm getting up, and then I'm going to knock you down, motherfucker. That's how it works. Enough of the bad language. Now you know my passion. Now you know how strongly I feel about what I do. I am totally committed. Should I be committed? That's another story. I'm totally committed to what I do. No bullshit. I took all the frills, all the fancy talk, all the things that people learn in their bachelor's degree and master's degree, which I have both of, in physical education, exercise science, anatomy, kinesiology, blah, 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 and narrowed it down to that one thing. My thing, again, dynamic tension seated breathing exercises using accoutrements. Now, this is an introduction and an explanation of what's to come. Hold on, drink your water. There'll be a basic, there'll be an intermediate, there'll be an advanced, there'll be a level 1 certification, level 2 certification, and master certification, where those that stay with me and those that perfect this through midterms and final exams online, you are going to be certified to teach your own audience the official, registered, certified Spinnex Vitality course. Make your own money. Generate your own revenue. Hold on, need water. Your own revenue. All you do is every year come to a certification class, keep yourself up to date, pay a fee. Yay, thank you. Let's not bullshit. Let's be 100% transparent. You run your own business, but you pay me a fee each year to be recertified. Go through training, maybe even earlier than that. Have a fly-in, or better yet, a zoom-in. That's where we're at. So stay connected, subscribe, and in our next video, which will be lesson 1. We're going to get into the movements. But here's a sneak preview, guys and girls. Breathe in through the nose. Your stomach expands, not your chest. No, breathe in through your nose and your abdomen expands. So when you breathe out through your nose, most people breathe out through their mouth. Breathe in, out. We're not doing that. We're doing the martial breathing. I studied martial arts in the early 70s in San Francisco. I drove there. I had a calling from the universe, just like in the movie with Denzel Washington, The Book of Eli. He had a calling. Something took me from where I was, point A, to point B, San Francisco, knew nobody, rented an apartment, and the first martial arts school I saw was a Koop Sul Wan school. The man who ran it was a master, actually a grandmaster, and he had just come from Korea, spoke very little English, and he was a monk. Since age 6, he traveled all over the world with a letter of introduction from his grandfather, who was an instructor in the Royal Court Martial Arts. Way beyond my comprehension. All I know is this man was a master of breathing, and in his system, he would strike using breathing. And by the way, the breathing exercises, different cultures call it different things. So it's called chi, it's called ki, it's called sanchin, it's called chakras. That's what it is. There's a point in my understanding, my humble understanding, there's a point below the navel, probably 2 inches below, that controls power. This grandmaster would take his students, me, he had about 8 students in his private class. We drive to the beach every Saturday morning. We'd prepare ourselves, the students would prepare ourselves ahead of time. I'm not going to get into that. And then we would do our dynamic tension breathing exercises, looking at the sun. And what he would say is, you breathe in, stick your tongue out, eat the sun, and then push it into your body. Breathe in, stomach expands, eat the sun, breathe out. The stomach looks like this. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And that's it. It's that simple. While you're doing those movements, while you're doing those breathing exercises, breathe in, breathe out, you're making a funny noise. You're pushing air into your throat. If you watch Sanchin on YouTube, S-A-N-C-H-I-N, Sanchin Kata, you'll see the old masters doing that. Some of them open their mouth. Some of them keep it closed. My guru kept it closed. That's what I'm going to do. And as you breathe out, you control your ki, he called it ki, and you distribute that ki throughout your internal organs through point A, point B, point C, and it comes out of point D, your palm. His secret technique was palm strike. We would break bricks with our palm. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And you would time the finish of the breathing with the finish of the strike. And that's where you got the power from. And I'm moving in all different directions, up and down and round and about, because it's body conditioning. Fortunately, this grandmaster from Korea taught us body conditioning, dynamic tension breathing exercise. I modified it for dynamic tension seated breathing exercise. Water break. In 1950, Charles Atlas developed a course called Dynamic Tension Bodybuilding, doing similar movements. The American Medical Association adapted it. He started a course, a certification program, and he blew it up to an unbelievable, profitable business. All I'm doing is taking the tenets from that taking the tenets from the martial arts, the martial breathing, combined with movements, combined with bands and cane and stick and umbrella and towel, making it fun, sitting, standing, walking, sitting on the bus, driving, anywhere you are. Do your dynamic tension seated breathing exercises. And that's it. If you like it, subscribe. If you're not, if you don't, if not, that's okay. That's cool. No judgments. I'm here for you. I'm here to make money for myself. Let's not bullshit. But the money I make for myself is well justified for what I'm giving you. I'm giving you 10 yards of information for 1 yard of revenue. Let me say that again. I'm giving you 10 yards of information for 1 yard of your cost. If you see it, come join me, subscribe. If you don't see it, sorry. Life goes on. No judgments. I'll still love you. It's okay. There we go. I said it all. Have a good day. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel. Subscribe. And there we go. Stay tuned for Lesson 1.